from the arch of aorta is, come on, tell me, you did that. Brachiocephalic. Brachiocephalic, and that is what right here is. Under that is the brachiocephalic, and here it is very clear. All of you see, this is the brachiocephalic. Brachiocephalic divide into two. One is common carotid, which is the right common carotid. This is the right common carotid. Okay, that is the right common carotid. And the second one is subclavian, which is going to the arm. Okay, the subclavian is right here. This is the subclavian, artery. It is going towards the arm. Okay, so the second is the left common carotid. Left common carotid. It divides into two. One is going inside, that is the internal carotid. One is going external and supplying this whole area, and that is the external carotid. Okay, so this one is the left subclavian. That is the left subclavian, and left subclavian is supplying the left side, and right subclavian is supplying the right side. Okay, then we come to there is nothing in this one. So each model is different, and that's what you are going to get it. This is your abdominal aorta. This is your abdominal aorta. Please come very near. Okay. So there is no thoracic aorta in this. There is abdominal aorta. The moment, this is the arch of aorta, and then it goes to the thorax. Then it becomes the thoracic aorta, and then it pierces the diaphragm. It becomes the abdominal aorta. Now, in the abdominal aorta, the very first artery is the celiac artery. Very first artery is the celiac artery. Celiac artery has three branches. Celiac artery has three branches. This is the celiac artery. Okay, you take the picture, and then we can clarify. This is the celiac artery. Celiac artery has three branches, and those are, one is going to the spleen. Spleen is right here, and that will come in the other model. Every model is not the same. So I have to put all the models, and what I want to ask, splenic will be probably in the other model. So that is, one is going to the spleen and supplying the spleen, that is the splenic artery. So all the names are the organs. The other one is supplying the liver, that is the hepatic artery. The third part of the celiac artery is supplying the stomach, it is gastric artery. Okay, so organs and the same name. Then you see it comes down, and you see another artery right here, that is the superior mesenteric. Mesentery means small intestine. Okay, so it is supplying the small intestine, superior mesenteric. Then we come to down, and this is the inferior mesenteric. That means it is supplying last part of the small, but mostly it is large intestine. Okay, so superior and inferior mesenteric. Then it divides into two. It divides into two and forms the common iliac artery. Common iliac artery. So you have the common iliac artery. Common iliac artery is going to supply the pelvic region. And actually there is a division. Most of the pelvic region are supplied by the internal celiac. This is the internal celiac, which is going to the rectum, urinary bladder, and part of the sex organs. And this is the external iliac. This is the external iliac. External iliac is passing through obturator foramen. Your pelvic girdle has the biggest foramen, obturator foramen. The moment it pierces, it becomes the femoral artery. So what you understood in this particular model is that the heart you can do, this is the common carotid right and left. Common carotid is going to divide into external carotid and internal. External carotid is supplying all your face, okay, neck area. Internal carotid is supplying your whole brain, okay. And then we come to the thoracic aorta. You can see the thoracic aorta, and we'll take you to the other. So thoracic aorta, so arch of aorta, and then it descend down, that is descending aorta, and enter the thorax. Now thoracic aorta is, and we will see the other model. Thoracic aorta is going to supply all your thorax. Now you remember, we should now talk of scientific. We are not going to say the lung, we are going to say the bronchi. So there will be a bronchial artery supplying the bronchi. Is that right? So that is one of the artery will be given which is going to supply the lungs. Lungs means bronchi, okay, bronchi, and it will make bronchi artery, and then branches will be there which is supplying the alveoli, okay. So that is one. What else is in the your thorax? Heart. So that means heart means pericardium. So one artery will supply the heart, that is the pericardial artery, okay, pericardial artery. Now another one is your all the muscles of the costal region, okay. So that is the intercostal muscles. Is that right? So this one is supplying, this side is supplying back intercostal muscle. These are supplying back intercostal muscle. So this is intercostal artery. Simple. So the names, the same arteries. So these are the, now this side I am going to project it. This side we are going to talk of subclavian artery. This is the subclavian artery. The moment subclavian artery is formed, it gives rise to the artery, vertebral artery. Vertebral artery, and I'm going to draw that circle of Willis. Vertebral artery is going through the vertebra, okay, vertebral foramen, and it is going to enter through foramen magnum inside the brain. Inside the brain, so you have vertebral artery coming from here, vertebral artery coming from there. So two vertebral artery, and this is the foramen magnum, it enters. The moment it enters, unite together. Once it unite together, it becomes the basilar artery at the base of the skull. Basilar artery will then divide, and that's what is the circle of Willis, and that is here. So up till now, this is what you have seen here. Now let's see, here is the pancreas. So there is a pancreas, this is the, see, this is the spleen, this is the splenic artery, spleen is right here, okay. So this is what it looks like. So you have pancreas, pancreatic artery, okay, it's the name. So you have the spleen, this is the splenic artery, okay. Then you have the other artery which is the hepatic artery going to the liver, and then gastric artery, okay. So this is the splenic artery, and this is the thoracic aorta, okay. So let's see the other model.